This is Okamura Masato, the ultimate otaku. Like many of us, Masato is a huge fan of manga and anime, but his passion goes beyond the usual. He's absolutely obsessed with a particular waifu named Liliel. Masato's room is a shrine to Liliel, filled with figures, posters, and games, all dedicated to his beloved 2D heroine. For Masato, 2D girls like Liliel are the only ones that matter. Real girls don't even come close to capturing his heart. And so, our story begins with Masato, a guy whose world revolves around his 2D fantasy. The episode begins with Masato encountering a new member in the manga club, a quiet and shy classmate named Ririsa. At first glance, Ririsa seems unremarkable, but Masato quickly notices that she has a strong interest in the manga club and is also a huge fan. However, Ririsa is not just an ordinary manga enthusiast. She is also a talented cosplayer who loves to dress up as her favorite characters and bring them into the real world. When Ririsa shares her passion for cosplay with Masato, he's initially skeptical, but then she surprises him. Ririsa shows that she can cosplay as Liliel, Masato's favorite character. Her portrayal is so perfect that Masato can hardly believe it's just a costume. In that moment, Ririsa becomes a 2.5-dimensional Liliel for Masato, a character that seems to step out of fantasy into reality. The episode ends with Masato being fascinated by Ririsa's cosplay skills and asking her to show him more of her talents. He begins to realize that his 2.5-dimensional love for Liliel might not be as unattainable as he once thought. Ririsa and Masato start to develop a special relationship that balances between the worlds of fantasy and reality. We see how Masato and Ririsa are having a great time together, talking about their shared interests, playing games, and laughing with each other. Masato, however, can't stop thinking about Ririsa's Liliel cosplay. He's completely in love with it. Ririsa, noticing his admiration, begins cosplaying even more outfits of Liliel, and Masato eagerly takes photos of her. He's captivated by her cosplay and even blushes when he recognizes the manga panels she's recreating. After they finish the photo session, Ririsa tries to change out of her cosplay, but her jacket's zipper gets stuck. Masato steps in to help her, and just as he does, Ririsa stumbles. Masato catches her, but in the process, he accidentally touches her breast. Embarrassed, he quickly runs home. Later, we see Ririsa alone in her room, blushing as she thinks about him, realizing her feelings are growing. In the next episode, we meet a new student named Mikari, who has just transferred to Okamura's school. Mikari is a well-known model, and her arrival immediately grabs everyone's attention. As she looks out of the window and sees Okamura, a flashback shows her as a child, crying and saying that she hates manga. This flashback hints at a past connection between her and Okamura during their childhood. Back in the present, Mikari walks through the school halls and everyone's eyes are on her. Students rush to her asking for autographs, which she happily gives. Despite her fame, she seems kind and approachable. Meanwhile, Okamura is still fixated on the awkward moment when he accidentally touched Ririsa's breast. He's embarrassed and anxious about seeing her again. When he finally arrives at the manga club, Ririsa is already there, and an awkward silence fills the room. Neither of them knows what to say. To break the ice, they start talking about the new model, Mikari. Ririsa mentions that Mikari has the perfect look to cosplay Miriella, a close friend of Liliel in the manga. Even though Ririsa forgot her cosplay outfit that day, they decide to practice photography anyway. They head to an empty classroom to work on their skills. However, Ririsa feels self-conscious being photographed without a cosplay, and doesn't like how she looks in regular clothes. At one point, she drops her glasses, and Okamura uses the moment to take some candid photos of her. But, just like before, Ririsa trips and falls onto Okamura. Later, when Ririsa looks at the pictures, she becomes embarrassed, realizing she wasn't wearing her cosplay in any of them. We then shift back to Mikari, who is walking down the hallway surrounded by students asking for autographs and photos. Suddenly, someone accidentally spills water on her, soaking her clothes. Embarrassed, Mikari runs away, looking for a place to hide. She spots the manga club sign and rushes inside, where Okamura opens the door. Without hesitation, Mikari hugs him and calls him senpai, triggering memories of their shared past. Mikari, still wet from the water, starts undressing in the club room to let her clothes dry, and lies down on the couch to rest. As Okamura passes by, he slips on a manga book and falls on top of her. Mikari doesn't seem to mind and even enjoys the closeness, not wanting him to leave. She asks if he has feelings for anyone, and Okamura replies that he's in love with Liliel, his favorite 2D character. Hearing this, Mikari runs away, heartbroken. It's then revealed that Mikari has been in love with Okamura ever since they were kids. She remembers a time when he saved her from two boys, and since then, she dreamed of becoming a model to catch his attention. Unfortunately, Okamura only has eyes for his 2D waifu, Lilial. Later, Mikari returns to the manga club room and finds Okamura with Ririsa, which makes her cry again. Noticing this, Ririsa kindly invites Mikari to cosplay with them, opening the door to a new dynamic between the three. Mikari realizes how easy it would be to win over Okamura if she simply cosplayed his favorite anime character. She really wants to cosplay, but she is determined to cosplay Lilial, because Okamura loves Lilial. So, Mikari argues with Ririsa in the corner, saying she wants to cosplay Lilial, and that Ririsa should cosplay the other character. Mikari doesn't want to admit she has feelings for Okamura, so she gives the reason that she likes Lilial, and wants to cosplay her for that reason. Ririsa gets excited and immediately takes off her costume, handing it directly to Mikari to wear. When Ririsa undresses, Mikari is shocked and suddenly says she actually wants to cosplay Muriella instead. Just to be sure, Mikari asks Okamura if he also likes Muriella, and Okamura responds with, "Of course." He then starts enthusiastically listing every detail about Muriella and why he loves her. Ririsa immediately begins taking Mikari's measurements for the cosplay, assuring her it will be finished by tomorrow evening. The next day, we see Ririsa working at the sewing machine, clearly exhausted from lack of sleep. She explains to Mikari how important it is to get the measurements just right, and it becomes evident how seriously Ririsa takes her work. Mikari realizes how much effort goes into creating a cosplay, something she had no idea about before. When Mikari sees the cosplay, she is shocked by how little fabric there is. It barely covers anything, and she feels embarrassed just thinking about wearing it. There's a short scene where Mikari and Ririsa are changing together, and Mikari feels envious of Ririsa's chest size. Mikari also dislikes being addressed by her last name, so she tells Ririsa to just call her Mikari, which makes Ririsa happy. They then start applying makeup and getting dressed together. Once they are both ready, they show their costumes to Okamura. He is completely blown away by how good they look, to the point that he collapses on the floor in shock. Okamura compliments Mikari, telling her she has the perfect cosplay, and Mikari feels incredibly happy. She is thrilled that he is finally noticing her and appreciating her. However, we later learn that Mikari doesn't actually like the manga that Okamura is so obsessed with. But she does mention that she always liked Muriella in the manga. She says that Muriella's situation is just like hers. The main character only has eyes for Lilial, and Muriella loves the main character but can't pursue him because Lilial is in the way. She then tells Okamura that she, too, wants to be noticed. Since Okamura loves Muriella's butt, Mikari shows off her butt to him. It's revealed that Mikari has been in love with Okamura for 10 years, and for the first time she realizes he might return her feelings. She gets upset, thinking about how she wasted 10 years trying to become a model to impress him, when it could have been this easy all along. Then, they decide to do a photo shoot, and Mikari is shocked at the kinds of poses she has to recreate. During the shoot, Mikari realizes how much Okamura is into it, so she gives it her all. In the end, both Okamura and Ririsa thank Mikari for cosplaying and for the photo shoot. However, Mikari insists that the pictures cannot be uploaded because she's a professional model, and her agency doesn't allow it. The next day, Ririsa and Okamura plan to go to a cosplay event to sell photos of Ririsa and her Lilial cosplay. Ririsa tells Mikari about their plans for the next day, and Mikari immediately assumes that it's going to be a date. Because of this, Mikari asks Ririsa beforehand how she feels about Okamura, and in the conversation, Mikari accidentally admits that she's in love with him. Then, we see Ririsa at home, reflecting on whether she really has feelings for Okamura. She frantically tries to find something nice to wear to impress him. Since she has no idea how to dress attractively, she asks Mikari for advice. Mikari helps her pick out an outfit, as part of paying off her debt for the cosplay help. When Okamura and Ririsa meet at the train station, Okamura is shocked at how beautiful Ririsa looks in her new outfit. When they arrive at the event, they set up the table with the photos they plan to sell. However, because Ririsa spent so much time picking out her outfit, she forgot to finish the cover designs for the photos. Now they only have plain white covers, making it really difficult to attract buyers. Their booth is right next to some professionals, which intimidates Ririsa, making her too nervous to put on her cosplay. As the event progresses, they struggle to get any attention for Ririsa's photos, since their booth looks rather dull. After a while, Ririsa suggests they should just leave, feeling they have no chance of selling anything. But then, Okamura encourages her to at least put on her cosplay and do a photo shoot. When Ririsa goes to the changing room, she is surprised by how many people are in there. As she starts to change, she realizes she forgot her wig cap. All the other cosplayers around her step in to help, giving her everything she needs. Ririsa is amazed by how cool and supportive everyone is. After Ririsa finished changing into her cosplay, she stepped out, and the entire room was stunned by how breathtaking she looked. Her cosplay was flawless, capturing every detail of Lilial perfectly.